Hey guys, I'm going to do some data representation questions off the exercise website. I'm doing the ones that do not have a walkthrough, but just have the answer there, so you can just double check if my work is correct. Um, so for this one, I'm just going to go it this way because what had happened is I had written out all the answers, but the recording became corrupted, so I lost my recording. So I'm just going to go through my work again. So for one of the first ones is convert 200 into a decimal 200 into binary. So for this one, I know I want to use powers of 2, that chart. So for me, what I do is I just try to eyeball which number goes into 200 the highest out of powers of 2, and that would be 128. And then I make this list, I make this chart. So I start with 2 out of 7 and then just write how many numbers I have left to complete this answer. And of course, if I subtract 200 with 128, I get 72. And then what number goes into that? So I'd look at the next plot, which is 2 to the 6, and yes, 64 does go into 72, so I write a 1 there. And then my remainder is 8. So I know that 2 to the 3 goes into that, so I don't need to worry about this one. I put 0, 0, and I put 1 there, and because my remainder is 0, I just don't need to worry about the other ones. I put 0, 0, 0. And then, of course, I have to make my notation 0b, and then 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Okay, next one. Making this binary number into decimal. Again, you're going to use the power of 2 chart, and for me, what I just do is just line up all the numbers of the binary numbers with the power of 2 chart, and just try to line it up so addition would be most easiest for me later on. So the first one, there's 8 numbers, so 2 to the 7 will be the first one that I put 1 in, and that equals 128. 0, 0, don't need to worry about that. 2 to the 4, that's 2, 16. 0, don't need to worry about that. 2 to the 4, 2 is 4. 2 to the 1 is 1, and 2 to the 0 is 1. If I add all this together, it should be 151. Okay, taking a binary number into hexadecimal. So for this one, you'll have to use that chart that they provide for you. And it's just a simple lookup, but just to make sure that you don't overlap or confuse the numbers. So for me, what I like to do is rewrite the binary into 4, just so I don't make any stupid mistakes when writing out the hexadecimal. So for the first one, you're going for left to right. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 0 associates to A. 0, 1, 0, 1, looking on the chart, 5. 0, 1, 1, 0 associates to 6. And 1, 0, 0, 1 associates to 9. So using your notation, 0x for hexadecimal, you're going to go A, 5, 6, 9. Okay, now you're taking hexadecimal into binary, and you're just going to do the exact opposite you did for this question right here. Right here. And then you're going to go to 1, 1, 1, 1, so that's F. For A, looking at the chart, it's 1, 0, 1, 0. For D, it's 1, 1, 0, 1. And for E, it's 1, 1, 1, 0. So easy peasy. So this one is a little bit more challenging. You have hexadecimal 8, 2 going to decimal. There's 2 ways you can do this. One, you can go for hex to binary to decimal, which is I'm very comfortable with that, or go to hex to decimal. It's faster because there's not as many steps, but for me, just because I have more practice, I'll go with A. But let's do both. So A, I'm going from hex to binary. So again, you don't need to translate that. That's just notation. So 8. 8 going from hex to binary is, let's see, 1, 0, 0, 0. And the 2 in hex represents 0, 0, 1, 0, and 2. And then, in order to convert this binary to decimal, I line up the powers of 2 right below the numbers to make it easy for me. So for here, 2 to the 7, because there's 8 numbers in total, you can eyeball it. 8 numbers means 2 to the 7 will be the highest one. 2 to the 7 has a 1 there. That means I'm going to have to place 128 there. And 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Don't need to worry about that at all until I hit here, 2 to the 1. And 2 to the 1 is 2. So I have these two numbers. So this one corresponds to here. This one corresponds to that. So 128 plus 2 equals 130. Okay, if you're going straight from hex to decimal, you could do it this way. 8, represent here, times 16 to the power of 1. Because here is 16 to 0, 16 to 1. And that would be 128. Here, the 2 in the hex represents this number. And then 2 times 16 to the power of 0, of course, that's going to be 0. It's going to be 2. And then 28, 2, same summation, should give you 130. Okay, going from a decimal to hexadecimal. So for me, the most comfortable way for doing this is going from decimal to binary to hex. For me, it's easier. I know there's different ways, but this one, we're going to go do this way. So for me, decimal to binary. So what I do is I just write out the powers of 2 chart and starting with the number that goes highest into 314. And of course, based on our powers of chart, there's 512 and 256. And 256 is going to be our magic number. So 256 represents 2 to the 8. That means I have 9 more spots I need to fill for the answer to be complete. So 2 to the 8 is 256. So I subtract that from 314. My remainder is 58. What number can I subtract into 58 without getting a negative number? So this one is 0. That's not right. 2 to the 5. That could be it. 32. Minus that. Next 2 to the 4, 16. Yeah, I can put that in. Subtract those together. That gives me 10. Next, 2 to 3. That's 8. Yes, I can subtract that. And 2 to the 2. So 2 to the 2 is 4. That's too big. I can't do that. So I need to put a 0 here. And now I can put 2 to the 1. I put a 1 there. Remainder is 0. I can't put anything else, so my last one has to be 0. Okay, and now I have my binary, which is 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 1. And see what I did here? I had to put 3 extra zeros in front of this one to make it a standard 4-digit block. And that will help me when I look at the chart again for the hexadecimal. For this one, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, that equals 1. 0, 0, 1, 1, that equals 3. And 1, 0, 1, 0, that corresponds to, let's see, A. And then, of course, you use the hexadecimal notation to indicate your final answer. Okay, let's go from binary to decimal. So again, here, it's kind of easy because if you're going from binary to decimal and there's a bunch of zeros in the front, you don't really need to worry about that. You just need to worry about this first number right here. And again, line up the powers of 2 chart. So this is 2 to the 1, 2 to 2, 2 to 3. And what does 2 to 3 stand for? It's 8. And then it's a 0. You don't need to worry about that. 2 to the 1 is 2. And 2 to the 0 is 1. So you got 8 plus 2 plus 1 equals 11. Easy peasy. Now you got to do 23 to the binary. So you're kind of sort of doing the opposite of this one. So for me, what's the opposite? How would you do that with the powers of 2 chart? So for me, I see what is the highest number that can go into 23 without resulting in a negative number, and that would be 16, which is 2 to the 4. So I put a 1 there, and because I start 2 to the 4, I need to put 1, 2, 3, 4 more numbers to complete the answer. So 16 gives me 7. I cannot put 8 in there. I have to put a 0. So 2 to 3 equals 8, and I cannot put that into 7. It's too big. So I put a 0 there. 2 to the 4, 2 to the 2 equals 4. 4, yeah, I could put that in there. So that gives me a remainder of 3. So I put a 1 there. Now I have 3. Now I can put 2 inside there. That gives me the ability to put a 1 there. And then now I have a remainder of 1. And then 2 to the 0 equals 1. And then I can put that in there. And then therefore I can put 1 there. So my decimal would be 1, 0, 1, 1, 1.